sleep mask video that I promised a couple of days ago. Had a little bit of technical difficulty, but everything's good now. Okay, my priority in life always has been sleep. I get enough sleep, and I wish more people would prioritize that because it's so important to our health. I go a little bit extreme with it, just because all the choices I make ensure that I get as much sleep as my body needs. I wake up naturally. I don't use an alarm. We were not designed to wake up to alarm clocks. We're supposed to wake up when our body has had enough sleep, and sometimes for me that could be 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock in the morning, even though I go to bed at a reasonable hour that people typically go to bed. I don't have things in my home that would make me have to get up early, like barking dogs. Sleeping with people who snore is not permitted, at least more than once. Just, I've got to have my sleep. And one of the big things that helps keep you asleep is darkness. And my experience with sleep mask has evolved over the years. And my first mask was British Airways, very civilized airline if you've ever flown them, and they do give you a sleep mask because generally you've got a transatlantic flight, which is several hours. Many times it's going to be when you'd normally be asleep, so they're kind enough to provide that to keep the cabin light out so you can rest. Now, those are only meant to be worn once, but I milked my first one for quite some time. The elastic got stretched out and stopped staying on my eyes. I'd wake up with it on the other side of the bed. But eventually I thought, you know what, Stephanie, just find yourself a good mask. And one of my gripes with that one, since that was kind of my control group reference, the light was coming in from underneath because it's very flat. So I found this one. See, there's a little cushion on one side, like a pillow. And this worked like a charm. I thought, jackpot. I had some great sleep with this. It's kind of thick, but no, on the face, heavy, but absolutely no light gets under it. And it was fabulous for a while. But eventually I realized it gets hot. And heat is another thing that will keep you from sleeping well. Summertime's difficult to sleep. Women, of a particular stage in their life that get hot in the night, they'll wake up. It's very uncomfortable. So, yeah, I dealt with that for about 4 years, and we had a good run, me and that mask. But I went on the hunt, and this is what would be a great Christmas gift idea. See how thin this one is? And it's shaped. Let me see if I can get the shape in there. See, for the nose? And it's very lightweight, very thin, and inside has a little space. You can see. Let me see if I can get it in the light. See how it goes in, an indentation, kind of like a molded bra cup for women that wear those. And it just very flatly fits on the face. It's lightweight. It's not hot. There's no bulk. It doesn't spin around when you're sleeping. That Velcro back is very important, which this one had. And I also recommend leaving it closed, otherwise every time you open it, it's going to get some hair or some bed lint, or in my case, I have a fluffy white cat now. He doesn't shed too bad, but it just takes a couple of hairs to get in here and look like junk. And if anyone knows how to clean junk out of Velcro, tell me, because I have no idea. And I don't have the patience to figure it out. And another thing that these are good for, another tip I have, is meditating. If you get really, I don't know, just a little crazed during the day, stressed out, feel anxious, take a few minutes, put on some whatever works for you, guided meditation or meditation music. There's plenty of free stuff on YouTube. Block out the light, just start breathing and relax no matter what time of day it is. If you can. Again, my life is designed for me to be able to do that whenever I need to. I don't really have a stressful life, but stuff happens. And yeah, just 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, sometimes at noon, just go in, lay down, sit down, close my eyes, put this on, and kind of regroup. and start all over again. So these, or this particular pair I got on Amazon, and I'll put a link in the box below. I think it was $12, but I'm going to use this for a long time. And they have some less expensive ones in packs of 3 that look to be pretty similar. So if you're on a tighter budget and you want to give these to multiple people, maybe as a stocking stuffer, you'll see those when you go onto the Amazon site, your other options. And I would imagine they're pretty much, similar to this. This is probably overpriced, but for what I'm going to use it for, I would pay twice as much. So yeah, that's my sleep mat.